Start with an urgent story new overnight. Idaho State Police issued an endangered missing person alert on behalf of the Fruitland Police Department for a little boy.
And the reason this is so critical, this is a little boy, a 5-year-old child. Fruitland Police looking for this little guy, 5-year-old Michael Vaughan, last seen in the area of Southwest 9th and Arizona in Fruitland. He has blonde hair, blue eyes. He's about 3'7". He was last seen wearing a blue shirt with a Minecraft picture on it and dark blue boxer shorts. Police there have asked residents in the area to check their own properties for any signs of the boy. They do need people to stay out of that immediate area of Southwest 9th and 8th while they deploy a tracking dog to search for him. But the community is coming together to help find this boy right now. If you have any information on where he might be, please call Fruitland Police, 208-642-6006. We want to get Michael home safely and as soon as possible.
This afternoon, the search for a missing 5-year-old boy that began late last night enters its second day. Michael Vaughan was last seen near Southwest 9th Street and South Arizona Avenue in Fruitland. He was last seen around 6:30 yesterday. Here's the information you need to know. Michael is about 3.5 feet tall and weighs 50 pounds. He was last seen wearing a light blue shirt with a Minecraft picture on it. He was wearing dark blue boxer briefs and sandals.
Kim, you know, it was 24 hours ago, almost 24 hours ago, when Michael Vaughan, 5-year-old Michael Vaughan, went missing from this neighborhood behind me. But just feet away, this field is just one area where crews spent most of the day searching for that little boy. From the air and on the ground, crews from multiple agencies went door to door, talking to neighbors, searching yards and nearby fields, all in hopes of finding 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan. Neighbors say they learned about the 5-year-old's disappearance around 7:30 on Tuesday night. They say Michael was a happy kid who lived in this neighborhood with his parents and grandfather. Cynthia Walker lives in the neighborhood and was walking her dog as the search was happening.
At 5 years old, I don't know that he would wander too far without one of us seeing him by now. There are volunteers, many volunteers out searching, scanning the fields, and we just want to have Michael back. We want him home safe.
Fruitland Police didn't want to go on camera, but in a statement says Michael is considered missing and endangered. He was last seen wearing a blue Minecraft shirt like this one and dark blue briefs. After searching with the help of a canine, a drone, and helicopter, still no sign of the little boy.
We're just praying for the family, praying for Michael.
And earlier today, a local church group and its members were out here trying to find Michael. And they also said they started a prayer group in hopes of finding him. His aunt was also out here. She didn't want to go on camera, but she tells us she's grateful for the support. Kim?
Well, let's hope we find him soon. Shira, though, any details about the circumstances of his disappearance? 6:30 is right around dinner time typically for families. Was he last seen with his parents? Any details like that? Have they been released?
Not officially, no. You know, we are hearing things from different neighbors, but officially we're still waiting for more information from police. And they said once they have an update, they will notify us. And once we find out, we'll be sure to pass that along to the public as well.
And all the information, Fruitland Police, that they're giving us at this time is just this press release, right? They've not been talking to us on camera?
Correct, yes. There are no on-camera interviews, just this press release.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll talk with us soon so we can pass along perhaps any additional information they may have. Shira, thank you. Again, take a good look. This is a picture of Michael. He's the little boy missing. And police say he also responds to the nickname of Monkey. If you've seen him or you know anything about his whereabouts, please contact Payette County Sheriff's Office. The number's on your screen. It's 208-642-6000.
This morning, the search continues for a missing boy in Fruitland.
5-year-old Michael Vaughan reported missing Tuesday night at around 6:30 near Southwest 9th Street and South Arizona Avenue in Fruitland. This was right by his home. Now, despite crews searching in the air, on land, in canals in Fruitland all day yesterday, he still has not been found. Fruitland police are asking everyone who lives in that community to please search their homes and their properties.
And police are also asking for your help if you can give it. There will be a volunteer search in Fruitland led by the police department from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. You're asked to meet in the southern parking lot of Fruitland High School if you want to take part in the search for this missing little boy. And if you have any information, call 911 or the Payette County Sheriff's Office. More on the search coming up in just a minute.
Well, tonight, concern and confusion in Fruitland as law enforcement and the community continue to search for a missing 5-year-old boy. Michael Vaughan, also known as Monkey, has been missing since Tuesday night. Now, we've watched as multiple law enforcement agencies have used helicopters, drones, and canines to find the little boy. Now, a national agency is joining in on the search, and it comes as we're now expecting an update about this case from police. Our Tristan Lewis is live in Fruitland, where he has been staying on top of this story for us this week. Tristan, walk us through what you've learned.
Shira, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children say they have a team on location in Fruitland. That team is known as Team Adam. They help with local law enforcement agencies on their search, spread awareness of children's disappearances, and help families during this devastating time. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children were not able to go into full details about what they are bringing to Michael's case, but in general, Team Adam is made up of retired law enforcement professionals. They are sent to sites where cases are unfolding to provide ground technical assistance and other national resources. They also bring equipment and more resources for each case. And while Team Adam is currently on location, the Idaho Army National Guard was in the area Wednesday, also aiding in search efforts. They were asked to use one of their UH-72A Lakota search and rescue helicopters.
Our crew conducted a thorough search of the area of interest, but unfortunately they were unable to locate the missing boy.
Michael, who also goes by Monkey, was reported missing Tuesday night in Fruitland. While law enforcement continue to search for clues as to where he might be, support around the Treasure Valley is pouring into the community. Teams of people searching the town for hours today, all hoping to find Michael.
Kim, Fruitland police say water levels in area canals were reduced yesterday, but they had no success in finding Michael there. Agencies around the valley are stepping up to provide help however they can. Every second matters in a case like this, so crews can narrow the search and point their resources in more targeted areas.
They need help, and you gotta help.
A community working together to find 5-year-old Michael Vaughan, who has been missing for more than 48 hours.
It's amazing. It's a great community. There's lots of support.
Fruitland police organized a community-wide search Thursday to locate the boy, who also goes by Monkey. The city was split up into 4 zones for volunteers to search. Folks were door knocking, asking neighbors questions if they have seen anything strange in the past few days, all in hopes to get any answers to where Michael may be.
It's pretty incredible to know that you've got a community and that much support when we need it.
Neighboring agencies have also been aiding in the search for Michael, like Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Unit. They were called out Tuesday night to search, the same night he was reported missing. They say it's important to act quickly whenever anyone is missing, but possibly even more so when it's a child.
If they're experiencing anxiety from in being lost and being separated from their family and loved ones and surroundings that they're familiar with, you easing that emotional distress and getting them back to their family is clearly of paramount importance.
Their part in locating Michael consisted of using search teams, trackers, canines, drones, even bikes.
All of those resources would be in play for a search like this at the discretion and coordination with law enforcement, who is overseeing this particular search.
While Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue was called off on Wednesday afternoon, Fruitland police are continuing to coordinate search efforts. As community members remain involved in the search for Michael, Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue says it's crucial for people to stay in touch with officials while doing so.
We don't have teams of folks that are searching the same area repetitively and potentially inadvertently missing areas that are important that need to be searched.
As of tonight, this search remains very active, and police are asking everyone in the area to thoroughly search their property. If anyone is doing a search and comes across anything, you are asked to contact Fruitland police as soon as possible.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is J.D. Huff, and I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Fruitland. And I just want to start out by saying thank you for attending today. This thing is monumental, and it's super important that we have you guys here helping us out, getting some words out here today. So I want to start this off by introducing some of my counterparts here, some of my partners that are helping me with this. I'll start out with Special Agent Brian Sullivan with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Captain Matt Sly with the Idaho State Police. I've got Chief John Plaza with the Payette Police Department, Brian Marinelli with the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Team, and I've got the family of Michael Joseph Vaughan here, Brandy and Tyler and Brandy's sister here today with us. So I'm going to read my press release to you, and then I'll stand by for a few questions for you once we complete this, okay? Today, the Fruitland Police Department, in conjunction with the State Police, multiple Treasure Valley law enforcement agencies, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we continue to search for missing and endangered 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan, MJ to his family and friends. Michael was last seen near his residence on Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland at approximately 6:30 p.m. on July 27th, 2021. Operations to date include the methodical search of the area near Michael's residence, which included 2 irrigation runoff ditches, which were drained by the Fruitland Public Works Department in an extensive search and rescue effort, including the use of canines, aerial, and marine and land support. Idaho Fish and Game officers are continuing to search the river by boat 4 to 5 miles downriver and back up, and in the sloughs of the Snake River as well. The Fruitland Police Department will continue to organize search and rescue operations with resources provided by the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Team, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and others. We've received a tremendous amount of support from the Fruitland community, and will continue to call upon them, but as needed. We're continuing to seek the public's assistance to identify individuals who are in the area of Southwest 8th, Southwest 9th, and Cornwall Way in Fruitland from 6:30 and 7:15 p.m. on Tuesday, July 27, 2021. If you were in that area or you know someone who was, please contact us at 208-642-6006, extension 0. That's the Payette County Sheriff's Office, and again, a tip line. Even if you don't believe that you have something that's relevant or relevant information to this case, we want you to contact us so we can recreate a complete picture of the time that Michael was last seen. Every minute counts in these investigations when searching for a missing child, and we appreciate the public's support and cooperation as we continue the search for Michael. If you live in the immediate area, please thoroughly search your property to include any outbuildings, vehicles, anything that a 5-year-old kid could get into. We also ask that you review any security camera footage that you may have that may be attached to your house. Video is extremely important to us in these circumstances and these investigations. We're also very grateful for the public's assistance in following up on each lead. We are vigorously following up on each lead that we're getting in. So I want to make it clear that as your tips are coming in, they're not falling on deaf ears. The community knows, because they see us out here every single day, pounding the pavement, pounding these rural areas. We are working. We're committed to finding Michael, and we're not going to leave any stones unturned. So you need to understand that the investigation of this child we're using every resource, and it's very intense. We ask that the community only report information from credible sources to law enforcement. And as we know, that as we know that if we're just coming up with speculation, it causes rumors, and we'd like to have factual information. So please help us out that way so we can chase down factual leads. We also want to emphasize that Michael's family continues to be 100% cooperative with our investigation, and we're asking you to be extremely respectful of their privacy during this situation, and we would appreciate that. Super difficult time, as you would know. So Michael was last seen wearing a light blue Minecraft t-shirt over here on my left, dark blue boxer briefs, a child size 11 sandal, and he stands 3'7" tall. He's 50 pounds. He's got blonde hair, blue eyes, and he answers to the nickname Monkey. If you see Michael, have any information that would lead us to his whereabouts or his location, please call the Payette County Sheriff's Office at 208-642-6006, extension 0. So we just want to extend our appreciation to our community. We thank you for your continued support and the media. And with that, I'll stand for a few questions.
So I was out here the past few days. There's a lot of people driving out here wanting to help, but they weren't really sure. There was some organized stuff, but just what do you want people to do who are wanting to help you guys out? Do you want them to stay out of your way? Is there things that they can do to help support, or kind of what direction you want to give people who want to lend a hand?
Okay, thank you. That's a great question, and we've been getting that quite a bit. I would tell you that where we certainly appreciate the public's wanting to help us, we've evaluated that several times, and it can become a little problematic for us. So what we're asking the public to do at this point is to search their residences and their homes. You never know. We got a 5-year-old kid out there. He can wander in and out of places super easy, into people's backyards. Any place that he could be on a larger piece of property, that's what we're asking the public to do. We have trained professional search teams with search canines that are certified, and we're in these areas that we have been for the last 3 days now. So we're asking for the public to stay out of those areas and let us search those with these certified search teams. They're professionals, they know what they're looking for. A lot of times when we recruit civilian help, they miss things. And so where we have such an intense and such an important goal to accomplish, we don't want to miss a thing. We need to cover those pieces of ground inch by inch with trained searchers who know what they're looking for. And they have canines that accompany them that are trained and certified as well. So we're just asking the public to help us out that way. Let us work through this with trained professionals. At the end of this, if we still find nothing, we may recruit the public's help in another mass area search down the road. But that'll be down the road, and that is an as-needed event. Okay? Thank you. Corey.
I'm sorry. What credible leads have you gotten so far since the last time we spoke?
Corey, thank you for the question, but I'm not gonna opine or weigh in on the ongoing investigation into this thing. I just can't do it. So I appreciate that. Our focus and our main focus is finding MJ and bringing him back to his family, and that's where we're at right now. Search and rescue operations, and we're going to continue doing that. So thank you.
And you mentioned canine teams coming in. Were some canines brought in from out of state as well?
Well,
yes.
Yes, they were.
We've got canines. We had at least 10 specific canine teams from at least 3 different agencies.
I'm sorry, could you step up to the podium for just a second there? Sorry.
We've had at least 10 separate canine teams from 3 different organizations that span from coast to coast.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you touch on more about what these outside agencies are able to bring to this case?
Oh my gosh, thank you for the question. These outside agencies bring everything to the case that I can't. Manpower, resources, equipment, everything. The city of Fruitland, we're a small city. We've got 12 officers out here beating the street every day. So bringing these experienced, qualified people into these investigations for us it's just completely incredible, and it's huge for us. The City of Fruitland Police Department we can continue to support our community and handle those calls for service that we need to, while adding support to this team here as we continue this investigation. It's incredible. So.
Has any additional equipment been brought outside from the Fruitland Police, like with these agencies?
I don't understand your question. So any other equipment? So we do have drones that have been brought in from the Meridian Police Department. We have an Idaho State Police drone, as well as a Payette County drone and a Sand Hollow Fire drone, all of which are pretty sophisticated, and they have FLIR capabilities, and we are continuing to use those as we search.
And just for the people that aren't familiar, could you explain what FLIR is?
FLIR is a forward-looking infrared thermal imaging device, and so we put that up there. We like to primarily do that in areas where it's a little bit cooler, so maybe in the morning or late at night, where we can get a little better signature or heat signature on those devices. And so we're continuing to do that. It's a great resource. So.
And is there anything you can release about, was there any indication of a direction of travel or a direction that Michael might have gone or anything of that nature that you can release?
You know, I will tell you that he was last seen there on Southwest 9th. We're still trying to pin down some direction to travel, but I don't have that. You know, our goal is to find him, and we're going to continue hunting, and I will tell you that everything is on the table on this, okay? So we're going to continue our search and rescue efforts, and I appreciate you guys. I thank you for being out here today. And having said that, would the family like to speak to this at all? Not.
I just want to thank the community and all the enforcement agencies that have been continuously, tirelessly looking for him, and anybody that has any information, please contact the Fruitland PD. We just want our monkey home. We just miss our baby and we want him home.
Anything helps. Anything.
Okay. Thank you guys. All right, with that, we'll conclude. I thank you for coming.
Michael, who also goes by the nickname Monkey, was last seen 6 days ago on Tuesday evening in Fruitland. He is 3 feet 7 inches, weighs about 50 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue shirt and boxer briefs. Fruitland police say that they have combed through the entire city and even surrounding areas, also enlisted the public's help to do so. And now they're asking Fruitland residents to search their property and only their property as other agencies comb through the area. They also say to, again, review any security footage if you have it, maybe even your doorbell cameras. Check that because you never know. And they're asking anybody to report credible information to the Payette County Sheriff's Office.
So I try to compile everything about Michael that we know so far, and then this will be the newest update.
First missing and endangered child alert went out at 8:20 p.m. with 4 different alerts via email, phone call, text messages being issued to area residents until 11:20 that night. Michael's image and information went out to law enforcement to a nationwide database known as NCIC, which is the National Crime Information Center, that same night. Since the time of notification, the Fruitland Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Idaho State Police, and the Boise Police Department, assisted by 13 different law enforcement agencies throughout the state of Idaho, conducted a complete and methodical, thorough searches. These searches included nearly 200 residential homes and properties and interviews of all the residents. You know, 5-year-olds can get into almost anything. So we've looked through nearly 200 garbage cans, drained canals and irrigation ditches, and pumped a septic tank in the area that had a makeshift 2x6 wooden plank lid. We've gathered 60 different videos from residential and business security cameras, and we're combing through that data as we speak. To date, we've received 163 tips. All have been assigned to investigators for follow-up, and many have already been cleared. Others are being worked on as we speak. We've conservatively estimated the number of man-hours from law enforcement agencies to be in the range of 2,500 man-hours, and that doesn't include our EMS, search and rescue partners, or the hours put in by the volunteers from our community. I got to tell you, I've never seen a police presence like this, and on behalf of Michael's family and the citizens of the city of Fruitland, I sincerely extend our thanks to the chiefs and sheriffs who have came to our aid, providing manpower and resources over the last week and certainly in the weeks to come. I would also like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to our friends and residents in the primary search area of Southwest 8th, Southwest 9th, Crestview Subdivision, Hidden Meadows Subdivision, and 3 Rivers Way Subdivision. Your patience with our investigation does not go unnoticed. We've been through your homes, and in some instances, several times. And from my heart, I truly appreciate you. Our search and rescue efforts include the assistance of our citizens from the night Michael went missing to present. And I thank you and I ask you to continue to search your property again. 5-year-olds are crafty and get into small places. Since notification, we've conducted an exhaustive ground search, employing the Idaho Fish and Game, Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Team, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, both Fruitland and Sand Hollow fire departments, and a coordinated search effort by our citizens. We have methodically and thoroughly searched over 3,000 acres of farm ground with multiple certified canine teams, and we've searched 29 miles of riverbank using private fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, sophisticated drones, boats with canines, kayaks, and paragliders. I'm unsure of the number of man-hours involved in that effort, but I'm sure it would mirror our investigative effort. Drone flights will continue along with riverbank searches by boat. This morning, the search continued in the area below Southwest 8th Street, where some heavy foliage was removed and a specialized canine was deployed. In the near future, we have a dive team scheduled to search pond in the sloughs down in the area of Southwest 8th. And our search effort and rescue efforts will continue as long as we have those resources available to continue that. We know people in this community and elsewhere are concerned about Michael, and we'll continue to issue updates as the best we can as the investigation continues. To our local media, I want to say thank you for working with us. You know it's difficult to respond to every individual inquiry. I'll try to address your questions in updates as this investigation continues, and truly appreciate your patience with me. Please understand, though, that I can't detail the nature of some of the information we've received or the information that we're looking into, and we don't want to release anything that's going to jeopardize our investigation into this. What I can say is we have not eliminated any possibility. Nothing has been ruled out in this case. Social media, it can be a wonderful tool for us, but sadly it can also be a hindrance, especially when it comes to sharing accurate information. So if there's a development in this case, I will notify you personally. If the information on Facebook or social media doesn't come from me directly or the Fruitland Police Department, you need to consider that suspect. Rumors and speculation, innuendo, complicate our investigative efforts. And so we appreciate your support in this, and just help us by doing that and respect our efforts. So back to the National Crime Information Center. Michael's information was entered into the missing child database there through the NCIC as soon as possible after he was reported missing. That means if Michael is found by law enforcement anywhere in the country, he'll be identified and we'll know what to do. What can people do in my community? Well, what I'd like you to do is search the immediate area. Please thoroughly search your property. I can't emphasize that enough. If you've looked once, look again, please. Look in all your outbuildings, vehicles. I want you walking your fence lines. We also ask that residents review any security camera footage for any sign of small children in the area. We continue to say this, but children move around and they wander, and they may have traveled back into your yard without your knowledge. So please, search again. If you know something, if you know anything, perhaps you're unsure and you don't want to talk to us, maybe you're even afraid to reach out to us. We are here. We want to listen. We want to listen to what you have to say. Please talk to us. We're very grateful for the public's assistance. And again, we're following up on every lead that we receive vigorously. Our investigators are laser focused and our morale is good. We take care of one another. We're all in this together. We're committed to finding Michael, and we're not going to leave any stones unturned. We also want to emphasize that Michael's family continues to be fully cooperative. I'm going to continue to ask for the respect of their privacy, please. Michael was last seen wearing a light blue Minecraft t-shirt with dark blue or black boxer briefs with a green stripe and a child size 11 flip-flops. He stands about 43 inches tall, 50 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. He answers to the nickname Monkey, and if you see Michael or have any information into his whereabouts or location, please call the Payette County Sheriff's Office at 208-642-6006. extension 0, and that is our tip line. And so with that, I'll stand for a few questions.
Sir, I understand that this investigation is probably very extensive, and I just want to clarify for situations like this, will the bill be placed at the feet of the family, or is this something the taxpayers?
This will be something that the taxpayers will definitely be covering. We've got our state police agencies, we've got federal agencies involved in this. I can't see any of this falling on the family members.
You talked about a dive team. Could you touch on that one more time about where they're going to be looking?
Sure. So we've employed a dive team to come in here pretty soon, and the reason why we're doing that is because we have a lot of resources available to us, and where we're really not sure what happened, we're going to use every resource that we have that's available to us. So they're going to be at the end of Southwest 8th Street, down by the Snake River in the slough area down there.
Does Michael's parents have a message for the community at this time?
You know, they did not today, but our thoughts and prayers are with them. You know, I have a few private individuals that have contacted me, reached out, and that will be coming. So.
You mentioned a few things that members of the community can do to help. What about people that are from out of the area that come in? What can they do to help, or should they try to stay out of the search area?
You know, I think they need to take a look at our flyers and stay vigilant. I think that's the best thing that they can do for us. We've got a lot of support in this community, and everybody wants to help. Like I said, we're all emotionally tied to this thing, and we certainly appreciate them. And our primary goal, the number one goal that we have, is locating Michael and bringing him home. Can I just touch on the finance aspect? I want to just thank our community. Over the last 7 days, today included, our community partners, business owners, have donated countless amounts of food and drink to our search efforts, and I just want to throw it out there to them. They've been wonderful, the support has been great, and just a sincere thank you.
With the number of hot days that we've had, is the heat having any sort taking its toll on the search or the people that are searching?
Yes, that has been a problem for us, especially with our canine units. They're tough, but they can only go so long before those dogs need a break. You know, and I guess I would say the same thing for our searchers. You know, sometimes they're in these fields slugging it out in the mud, you know, doing what they do, but my goodness, I can't say enough for them. They're super tough. So.
Is there any concern with the recent rains that the canines might not be able to pick up the scent now?
Yeah, there are a lot of concerns when it comes to that. And after that heavy rain that we had the other day, that was one of our major concerns, especially with scent tracking dogs. So we'll continue to deploy those. It's still a resource we have available to us at our access, and we're going to continue to do that. So.
Have you heard anything about a motorcycle drive-by on Friday for Michael's family and his parents that'll be taking place around 7:15 p.m.? Is that something that you folks are aware of at this time?
I have not. I have no knowledge about that.
You mentioned a lot of outside resources, and you're very thankful for those. Is there any timeline on when those are going to expire and not be available anymore, or is it a day-by-day situation?
This is a day-by-day situation, and I'll tell you again that as long as I have those resources available to me, they will continue to be deployed.
Thank you.
Yep.
Are the search efforts just being focused around Fruitland, or have they also expanded to, like, say, around Ontario, across the border?
So our efforts outside of the city of Fruitland just include media, getting the information out there, as well as we've had teams of people posting up flyers, our missing flyers that were generated by our fusion center here in Idaho. So that, you know, other than that, that's where we're at. Okay. One last question, just for time. We got to get back to work. Anybody got anything? Okay. All right. Well, listen, I thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys more than you know. So I'll keep you updated as things develop. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'm really interested to find out all the details in this case. And when I do, I'll make a live because I know we all have questions.